We are live, Mr. Wonderful, Blem Media, and Knowledge. Also known as the Crypto God. Welcome to the Web3 Water Cooler. And what we do here, we discuss the topics of the day. We allow people to introduce their projects. We just here to educate and entertain at the same time.
Facts. That's a fact. So what exactly is water cooler talk? Well, why we picked this name, Mr. Wonderful?
All right, so in the business world, right, the water cooler is where the employees talk about the business, right? So the water cooler be where everybody's grabbing water and just getting their hellos in. And hey, did you see? This comes from the time when everybody read the newspapers. So, the water cooler talk was the talk of the hottest topics or, stocks or, fraud or whatever was big in that industry. We call it a Web3 water cooler because where everybody is at, they gathered around their phones. We're talking Web3. So welcome to the Web3 water cooler.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Water, water, water. So, of
Right.
course, I like I like that name. So, let me do a quick introduction. So, I am Turan, and I am a music manager. I am educating myself on the blockchain technology and NFTs so I can publish new my newest materials in that form. Um, I represent a boutique media house called Blem, and Blem is the acronym for Best Lifestyle Embracing Morals. And of course, Mr. Wonderful and Knowledge here are two cool and very interesting people that I met in these
Okay,
Twitter
okay.
spaces, and of
Can you
course,
not?
I have such sorry about that. We get those interruptions a lot here in Twitter spaces from bots, but yes. So we started this space as something I would say to build and to expand our network, and yes, so we invite everyone to come and share. If you are into music, of course, um, I'm definitely interested in what you're doing, and so far, also like art. I like paintings and AI art, and yes, all of the new and insightful and innovative stuff that I'm experiencing here on Web3. So hopefully we have a good space. Well, we will, because of course Knowledge is a person who he and I have been in spaces, as well as Mr. Wonderful, and we have had some very insightful talk and shared value, I would say. So yes, I'm looking forward to a very interesting space, and we are here from now is 9:26 Eastern time, and we're expected to be here until 12 o'clock. So, yes, blessings, and I'll pass the mic over to my brother in knowledge, or Mr. Wonderful, so they can introduce themselves and tell you what is it that they do into this space. Blessings.
All right. So I'm gonna go next. I'm only here to 9 to 11. After that, I'm a little busy and shit. All right, but I teach people on YouTube how to invest. I've been investing into crypto since 2014. I've been giving people reviews on the NFT projects. I've been in the space for like I've been in Twitter Spaces for like 3 months now. Been going to events every single day since NFC NYC week. I'm a leverage trader. That's what I do. I'm a community organizer in New York. I try to host events mostly in Brooklyn. I have events normally in Crown Heights on Wednesdays and on Thursdays bi-weekly in Bushwick. So, that's what I do. I'm past the mic to Mr. Wonderful.
Peace to the room, peace to the streamers. It's Mr. Wonderful. I'm just an entrepreneur. I'm here learning my way in these NFT streets and bringing people along as we move along. This space was not meant for like a kumbaya. The same way me, Knowledge, and Blim had an idea and put it together, I want y'all people to start networking in here, meeting people and start executing on your ideas and just taking action. So this space is like, we already know this is not financial advice. Um, like I said, we have some new people in the room. So, of course, in this space, you do your own research. We are here just to provide a safe space, exciting space, and, educate those coming into the space. And, none of us are experts, but, we're here learning and we're going to learn together and, use different tools. And, a lot of people say wag me, but and my mind frame is, it's a difference. Yeah, we all gonna make it, but what does making it mean to you, right? So some of y'all may want to make it further than what WAGMI means to me, and that's okay. So welcome to the Web3 water cooler. This ain't a dictatorship; it's a democracy. The mics is open, the floor is open. I guess the first topic we'll bring to the floor, since we do got some new people, there is knowledge. If you could explain like what Web3 is, and then Blem, you chime in on your interpretation of it.
So Web3 to me is just a place on the blockchain. That's really what it is. So anything that's influenced with the blockchain is Web3 in my eyes, as a place where we control our data and it's power to the people. That's what really Web3 is in my eyes. Maybe Blem could hit you guys with something else.
Yes, sir. And just to add to that, of course, I would say Web3 is a immutable layer on top of Web2, which is the internet that we're using right now. Web3 is just a layer, like a different layer, extra layer that is immutable, and it's on the blockchain, and pretty much just an advancement of the world wide web, the internet, in for lack of better words.
Right, and to bring it all together, and we do this right because we never know where people are at in their Web3 journey. Like I said, we do have a newbie in the building, so we don't want to just, push stuff on them without him knowing exactly what these things are and what we're talking about. So to me, Web3 is just naturally, it says it in the line, it's the second generation of the internet, right? It takes you from being on the internet to owning on the internet. Right. At the end of the day, I explain to people this is nothing more than technology, right? So, I believe in the technology. Yeah, there's people using the tech for NFTs and games, but at the end of the day, it's technology, and in my opinion, is gonna be here for the long term, and it's just for all of us to start, using it. Like I said, I don't onboard nobody in the space to start buying and doing these things. I want y'all to learn how to create something, how to make something, and you know, put a boat in the water.
That's the best thing about this space, yo, because like we have people who's here that's trying to educate you on what this is. You know what I mean? And Web3 is just the internet, but just add the blockchain on it. So the blockchain is just a public ledger. So we could see everything that happened on the blockchain. So every type of transaction is you can be seen, you know what I mean? So it's not really hard to figure out what happened. So let's say your money got stolen or your NFT got stolen. Well, we could track that. We could see where it got stolen. There's a proof. There's proof. The proof is on the blockchain. If anybody wants to come up and talk, you're most definitely welcome to come up and ask questions as well.
Yes, definitely. This is a open space. The room is always open, and of course, if you don't feel like you want to grab the mic, the chat is there. You could type whatever you want in the chat, and of course, myself, Mr. Wonderful, our knowledge will definitely respond to it. So, yes, so see, we have expert blessings, expert advice. Chris, what a go on? Thanks for joining the space, brother. Let me throw you the mic. So, knowledge. With that being said, what is like what is meant by the blockchain being immutable? We could dive into that for a second. Blessings, Chris.
What do you mean by immutable?
So immutable, as in whatever you record on the blockchain, there's no way to take it off. Like you can burn it,
So
but the evidence is going to be there. Go ahead.
even when you burn something, it's still gonna be there. You know what I mean? The blockchain is just proof. It's just proof, really. That's exactly what it is. It shows proof of ownership, proof of transactions, proof of where the money went, proof where someone who cashed out the money. It's just proof. So why would we use this? Let's say someone sold you an NFT, right? And in the NFT's contract, it says you can have the rights to this picture. Like the person said it verbally that you could have the rights to this image if you purchase it. Well, now you have proof that the transaction happened, and now you could use that image on whatever platform, whatever shirt, whatever, however you want to use it, you can use it. And that's a reason that people use the blockchain and NFTs and everything.
This is a question I see floating around, right? Should the people that run spaces take any responsibility, or should they be responsible at all if they allow projects to shill in their space and those projects go on to be like, rugs?
All right, that let me talk about this. Let me talk about this real quick. I believe that the spaces, it depends, right? So sometimes people accept donations and then, it's just accommodated that they get to have a talk, you know what I mean, in the space. But I feel like the host should be accountable, especially for promoting like bad information and scams and rugs and stuff. When you talk to people, you have to see and check if they actually know what they're talking about, because anyone could just hop on an NFT project and be like, yeah, if you buy this NFT, well, we're gonna give you money. That doesn't really, a lot of this, that's a lot of scams. And the NFT project doesn't is something, there's a lot to call an NFT project a rug, because some projects just fail. Some projects could be a good project, but you don't have no money. You know what I mean? There's nobody buying, there's no ads, there's no nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to that. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
How do you feel
definitely.
about that, Blum?
Yes, I would say the the space host does hold a responsibility. Of course, because you're using your platform to of course send out a message, and if you're not educated as to the message that you're sending out, then you might just well be doing a harm to society as a whole in just its simplest form. So when you look at what a rug is, a lot of persons who are new to the space might not know what a rug is, but if you can explain that knowledge, um, it would help. But as it relates to a rug, I think it, like Mr. Wonderful said, it would be left on an individual to do their own research. I mean, due diligence and do your research, and like a lot of these projects that promise passive income, I would say it would take a lot of research. It would take more than just a person's word to get involved in it. But yes, what exactly is a rug pull?
And I think I would have to agree with what you guys just said. And like I said, we have a couple of people that just got into the space a week or two ago in the room right now. So if ever you hear the term rug, that means I guess frauded, or he put out a project, made his money, and he left. Right? He rugged the whole project. He didn't follow through on what he said he would do. And I'm gonna go out there and say yes, I do feel the host of the space has some type of responsibility, but okay, it depends, right? If it's an open floor, then I think the whole community is responsible to question whatever person is speaking in that project, right? But if I say, hey, March 11th, we're gonna have Roger Rabbit on with his project, then I feel yes, that host of that space does accept a bigger burden than a, a space that runs an open floor process.
Rugged is pretty much getting scammed, right? So there's all types of ways to get rugged. A fun way to get rugged is when a person posts up a project. They get like 50 people. They give them like, they tell them buy into the project, or they'll give them some money and tell them buy in, just use my money and buy into the project. We're going to pump the floor price. One person, you'll list it up for like 1 Ethereum. Everybody buys it for 1 Ethereum. One person resells it for like 1.5 Ethereum. You know what I mean? You just raise the floor price. Now other people buy into the project, and then they sell. Everyone sells. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have to build up a hype. So when to get rugged is you didn't really need too much of a hype, but you need a hype. So if you build up a hype, you could definitely rug people, because then people would think, yo, why are people buying into this project? Wow, there's a lot of liquidity in here. Wow, the price of it is just going up. And then is insider trading, pretty much. Insider trading and NFTs is a big thing. And people gave me NFTs and they told me like, yo, you pull it out when it goes up. You know what I mean? And that I believe that's a rug. Also, when people leave their projects, like people will just do a project, collect their money, and then just leave. That's also like that's a common rug.
Yeah, there's no longevity to the project.
Got Jake Connect in the house. What up? What up?
Yeah. What up? What up? You guys talking about rugs over here?
Yeah, man. Explain to us what you think a rug is, or your definition of a rug. Everyone's opinion is different.
When you said the word rug, I opened my mic and I was about to say an actual project name, but then I decided to mute myself again. No, but let me stop playing. A rug. What is a rug? A project that claims to says they're going to do something and definitely doesn't do it, I consider that to be a rug. Like has a roadmap and then changes it up on you, or abandonment of a project as well, without any notice, or even like they always have an excuse of why it's being done month after month, and I consider that to be a rug too. Like, let's say your project came out this month, right? And then, 3 months down the line, something as simple as, I don't know, putting out a piece of art or a game or whatever, it never comes out. Like, that's like one of like the biggest promises that you have in the project. And you're not giving any valid reasons why it's not coming out. You're just trying to like deflect and maybe come up with you're just trying to like give the community something just to hold them down, distract them from what the ultimate reason why you got into the project was. Like, you got into the project for the art, for the gaming or whatever, but the game never comes out. And it's almost been a year now. So I consider that to be a rug.
Word, that's a fact. Whole lot of hype and no fulfillment.
There's a lot of projects that do that, especially a lot of these gaming play to earn projects, and the game never comes. Art is out, the NFTs are out, and people are buying into these NFTs, and then the game never drops. It's never
all right, so do you think the space condones that, right? Because a lot of people say there's a lot of rug projects, there's a lot of bad founders, but nobody's naming names, right? So in this space, do you feel, or let me say in this space, I feel since everybody's trying to sell what they're selling, that they don't want to call out a bad actor because we also understand it's like, what does my opinion matters, right? So I feel the space allows, because, we done had spaces where we done let tons of people shield their projects, right? And it's not on us to tell people to buy or don't buy, right? But so who's calling out the bad projects until after, people are rugged?
The best people to call out the bad projects are the investors. But if you are an investor and you plan on putting project, then it's going to be bad news for you to talk about another project, because it's just going to be hearsay. Oh, he's just only saying that because this, that, and the third. And then you have all this negative energy around your project, and nobody wants to have negative energy talking about anybody when they're trying to put up their own project. It's hard to come out as a project trying to sell somebody something or build a community based off of negative energy that you gave out to somebody else. Nobody wants to be around negative people.
You could get sued real easy to just pull people out. They want to get involved with that. I called someone out on YouTube. I posted up.
You're rugging a little bit. I don't know. You had. I'm sorry. Talking again?
Yeah. Hello.
Oh yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I said that people, you
yeah, you rugging.
But I called someone out.
Yo, every time you come back on, bro, that shit rugs again, bro. You're rugging again.
Yeah, but all right, so Jay connects. So let's take it on the smaller level then, right? Because each of us, we're still founders, right? If you're working on a project, you're a founder. So do you feel it even works down to, the individual founders and the individual projects where people's like, yeah, I can't call out him. I'm working on my project.
Yeah, 100%. It's just business like tactics. Like you don't want to bring that negative energy to your community and everything, because now it becomes a freaking war, a battle between two people saying something that may or may not be true. And what proof do you have? Even if you do have all the proof in the world, nobody wants to be around that, bro. It's just gonna be like, okay, these two are fighting it out, and all that negativity slows down productivity at the end of the day. You could have been making a bag, but you're here talking about, a project that didn't do you and everyone else right. It's a lot of responsibility to fall on one person alone. There should be some type of like NFT police out there, you know? I don't know. But
Now,
yeah,
see, this is where we come, right? And this is what I tell everybody all the time. Everybody could say they want decentralization all they want, right? But what did you just say? Be some type of NFT police, right? So yes, because my friend down there, how do we keep a new person? Because they don't have to influence us anymore. We're already enthusiasts. We're already in the space. They don't have to influence anymore, right? But how do we get new people in the space? If you go into space, hear project, buy it, get rugged, and now they turned off from the space completely. Because that happens a lot, right? People come in,
bro.
buy something, get burnt, and now you turned off.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, me personally, because I'm involved in the project firsthand, like right hand man to the man who created this project. I've been rugged twice. Full transparency. Um, I've been rugged twice. To be completely frank. On two different projects. In total, I think I've had maybe I've been part of three projects actually. I'm lying. My first project, I was an investor. Second one, 2 weeks in, they asked me to run their socials. He rugged. He fucking burnt the whole freaking collection after the first 2 weeks when it didn't sell out. He just burnt the whole collection. It was like 7,000 in the collection, and he burnt the whole collection without even telling anybody. Dude lives in like Amsterdam or some shit. And I was like, damn. And this is when NFTs were like an all time high, and everyone was hyped about NFTs and shit. And I'm like, oh, cool. Let me learn more about this. Then I got into another project. Was there for months on end. Learned a lot there. Not gonna hold you, but bad management ended up being a rug as well. And I was like, you know what? I'm done, bro. I'm calling it quits. I'm out. You know. And then before I left, it was like, all right, let me go back to what I do best. Let me just go back to hustling. Let me just go back to just selling products. Selling.
Am I still working by any chance?
No, I hear you now.
All right, bet.
Yeah, and then now I'm actually part of the project. Like I'm making all the calls. I'm like the face of the project almost, if not. I'm not the artist, but damn well could be the artist if I wanted to, probably. But yeah, and that's the only reason why I'm still here.
If you try to call,
Oh, you're rugging again, bro. I don't know maybe it's me driving. I don't know if it's just me, but
No,
Mr.
he's
Wonderful,
rugging. You rug.
he is rugging, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not me.
But yeah, this is a very cool space, but everybody's got to be careful in here, and it's good, Like I said, we got a newbie in the room, so I need him to hear these stories. Like, don't, you gotta really do your own research, and that entails many things, right? There's no one way of doing that. So I would tell people come into the space buying things that you like, right? That's number one. That's how I came into the space, right? So when you're doing that, you come in that way, and then you start seeing like, oh wow, this is really like investing. But it's a dope space. I'm excited for the space, and tell us some of the things about the project, Jay.
Oh, yeah, the Grim Girl project. It's the idea behind it is it's the creatures themselves are from the Gargoyles animated cartoon series. Are you guys familiar with the Gargoyles movie cartoon at all? As kids?
Yes, the gargoyles. Yes,
Okay. Anyone like from born in the '80s, raised in the '90s, probably know what I'm talking about. Also the
present.
okay. Also the Gremlins is another a movie that came out. I think that was made in the '80s as well. So it's a combination of both those creatures put together. Ultimately, it's called the Grim Girls. But ultimately, we want to make this a cartoon as well. That's the inspiration behind it. But to do that, we have to build from the ground up. We have to scale up, right? So we build up the hype, we build up the community. We want to sell these NFTs. Then we want to go to investors, show them what we got going on our side. If anybody wants to throw out any investments, then we can take it to HBO, take it to NFT. Some of the partners have connections with these companies that I'm talking about, but we're not really like relying on that. We're just gonna put out some animated series on YouTube, but just more description about the Grimgulls themselves. It's a 333 collection, small collection of like the version ones. They're all one of one. They're all hand drawn in the collection on the Ethereum blockchain. You can actually evolve your NFT by giving it potion for 0.02. I think that's probably the coolest thing I've ever heard. That's why I was excited about the project, that you can give it something to make it grow. I think that's pretty cool. Like in like most projects, like you buy the NFT and then you can buy like different types
Hey, how
of.
y'all doing? Jay, how you doing? Pardon for speaking over you. But man, you should have been there last night, bro.
What happened?
Dude, it was like awesome. Like there was like 7 heads
Yo,
from Twitter.
Mr. Chimp, hold on. He was explaining his project. There's a few people that never
Pardon
heard
me.
about it. This was my first time hearing that. It was about the gremlins and the gargoyles. So that just excited me, and I'm definitely like in.
Mr. Chimp, he's a passionate guy. Shout out to Mr. Chimp. Shout out to Castle 3. I'm gonna get right to it. So, where did I leave off at? Damn, I
The
definitely lost my
potion,
train
the
of thought.
potion.
The potion, yeah. So you can evolve your Grimgirl. So our release date is going to be October 28th. I figure we do it like the weekend of Halloween. Keep the whole mood of the gargoyles and gremlins theme going. Keep it kind of scary or whatever. Once the mint comes out, once we sell out the collection, which should be attainable, of all the hype that we've been put around the project since July. Then the next step is to release the next phase, which is the teenager. Now, the teenager could be male or female. The Grimgirls themselves are all unisex. So when you give it, when you mint the potion for 0.02, and you give it to your Grimgoyle, it will evolve into a teenager, male or female. You don't know yet. It's totally random. And then the next month after that, we'll release the next stage, which will be the beast, which is male or female, again. And the last form will be the elders. The elders is the most powerful stage. It actually looks like a Yoda. It's super small, but it's more powerful than all four stages combined. And we have a story. We have comics coming out. Comic strips coming out this month. In fact, this Saturday coming up, we're going to release the first comic strip. It's been kind of delayed. It was supposed to come out months ago, but trouble with like stuff. I'm not even going to talk about that right now. Anyways, that's going to come out this Saturday, and there's going to be more to come on that. So the idea behind this whole thing is to have a cartoon, right? That's the ultimate goal. It's not written down in the roadmap, but we're just telling you guys from now what it is. When it comes to minting, another great thing I love about the project, you're only able to mint one NFT at a time. There's 3 options when the website drops. The 3 options represent the 3 castles, because initially there are 3 founders in the project. So the 3 castles, each castle has a certain rarity. Each castle has 111 NFTs. They equal out to 333. One castle is common. There is a 30% chance that you could mint a legendary for 0.03. The second castle is rare. There's a 60% chance you could mint a legendary from that castle. And then the last castle is legendary, and there's a 90% chance that you can mint from that castle. So first castle common 0.03, second castle rare 0.05, third castle legendary 0.07. So if you have a big enough bag and you can afford to spend that money on a legendary, there's a 90% chance that you can mint the legendary. So in that castle there's 111, right? 100 of NFTs in that castle are legendary. Now imagine that. Imagine you go to all these different NFT projects, you connect your wallet, you press mint, maybe select 7 or 10, and you might get a rare, you might get an ultra rare, you may even get one legendary. But what are the odds of you getting a legendary? Wouldn't it be cool to know that you can go and click an option and there's a good chance that you'll get legendary? Like, that to me is like the coolest thing about the project. Other than evolving it, those are the two biggest things for me, the big takeaways. And what else? There's more. There's so much more. The
I just
castles.
want to say real
Yeah.
quick, like, knowledge, you're a New Yorker. Mr. Wonderful, you're a New Yorker.
Here we
You
go.
already know where you belong.
I already know what you're gonna say now.
That's all
Okay,
I had
so
to say.
yes, the castles. This is probably the biggest engagement when it comes to the Grimgoyles. It's a small rooms. I don't mind telling you guys how it all started. We didn't have a Discord. We still don't have a website actually. Just the concept of when the Discord opened up and is open now. There are 3 ways that you can, you know, talk, chat, right? After you verify yourself by tapping the castle emoji, there's 3 separate private chat rooms. There's Castle 1, Castle 2, and Castle 3 to represent the 3 kings. Depending on what castle you choose, ultimately will decide what your future will be like in IRL and as well in the Web3 space. Everyone chooses whatever castle they want, and there's certain people and certain projects that are part of each castle. And anywhere you're at any given day, any space you're in, you'll hear them screaming out. Attach the castle name to their actual name on Twitter. Like myself, you'll see like there's a 3 next to my number. I have been recruiting people for my castle. Mr. Chimps is one of them. He's from New York City. So, all the NY is pretty much, Castle 3. So you'll always hear him talk about Castle 3. But then you have some people who are part of Castle 1, part of Castle 2. So it's pretty much like bragging rights,
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Castle 1 or 2, but if you're a New Yorker, you already know.
Listen, it's a Mr. Wanda. Is that it? Mr. Wanda? Am I saying it right? Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. I'm sorry. I didn't click on the whole thing. Okay, Mr. Wonderful. So what it is really is engagement. We're known for engagement, especially on Discord. Twitter too, but on Discord mainly because we have a lot of events. Weekly, we do games, of course. Weekly, we do movies as well. As of tomorrow, we're actually going to be, we actually have a tournament. I don't know if there's any gamers in this space, but we're going to have a Brawlhalla tournament, which is kind of like a Super Smash Brothers tournament. It's available all platforms, cell phones, tablets, laptops, Xbox, PS4, 5, Nintendo Switch. Winner gets $100 in Ethereum or cash, whichever way they prefer, as well as NFTs. And there's several sponsors. It looks like someone just joined. I just got the notification. Nice.
Go say, speaking of that, I'm not prepared. I'm sorry.
Listen, Mr. Chimp, you represent Castle 3, so I don't know what you're doing after this space or during this space, but we're going to have to hop on tonight because you will not embarrass me.
That's what I'm worried about.
Did you get your controller? Did you get your controller yet? Oh my gosh.
Get it.
You need to get it. You
What
still
the
haven't
fuck in
gotten
the
it yet,
truck? What's up? What the fuck in the
bro.
truck? What's up?
It's been like 2 weeks, bro. Like it's been like 2 weeks we've been talking about this project, this freaking game, and you haven't gotten your controller yet. So this is not a good look for me. You're gonna make me look bad here.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. Like I want to say beforehand. I wanted to tweet it, but I'm like, nah, don't tweet it. But
Why, Mr. Chimp? Why haven't you gotten your controller yet? What are you waiting for?
she's getting it for me. I don't know where she had it.
She's getting it for you. This is not good for you, man. For many reasons. You actually, if I'm not mistaken, if you look at the bracket, do you mind if I post it up in your space, guys? Can I post the game bracket in your space? Is
Certainly,
it
my
okay?
brother. Certainly, certainly.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
In the truck has his hand up if he wants to jump in real quick. I think yeah, he has his hand up for a minute.
What up, Bloom?
Blessings, my brother. What a go on. Blessings.
Yeah, knowledge, Mr. Wonderful. Hey,
What the fuck in the
Jay.
truck? What do?
Shit, I don't
Yo.
know. I just had this, Jay and Chimps, bro. Y'all got a whole lot of words. Y'all talk a lot.
Yeah, dude. I've been a Street Fighter, but like that game doesn't feel. No, that's not it. It doesn't feel like Street Fighter. It's like what the fuck. I can't throw. I can't do any cheese moves. Like
You can, bro. Spam. If you can spam players in that game, it's easy for them to play that game. It's only like 2 buttons. So just know you have to have no type of skill to play the game, bro. But you do have to know how to jump. That's the basic 101 of any game. You have to know how to jump, bro. And you haven't even played the game yet. So, like I said, man, I don't know if I even want you repping Castle 3, bro. It's that serious out here. People are talking trash all over Twitter, all over Discord. It's been happening for the past two
Yo,
weeks. And now that I know you haven't played yet, I don't know, man.
y'all definitely figure that out. But what the fuck in the truck? Yeah, jump back in, talk to us. What's on your mind?
I mean, shit, I don't know. Hey, I could just throw some up in the jumbotron real quick though.
You can. We was actually in here talking about earlier. Do you feel like, and anybody could chime in. Do you feel like people that host space, hold spaces, should bear any responsibility for having projects on that rug their community?
Hell no.
All right, expand why you say no, because we said a few people said yeah.
I mean, shit. If I got a bag, like I'm a space host, right? And knowledge know how I get down. Like I could pump this space up to about 60 people in the next 30 minutes, 100 people in the next hour if I wanted to do that shit. But I'm gonna tell you like this: you're supposed to do your own research. You know what I mean? And for real, if I got a bag and something, I done did my research, and I tell you, do your own research on it. But like, I've been watching this. You know what I mean? But like, don't. You know what I mean? Like, you can't put that on the space host. It's like, yo, what? You over here, you trusting somebody that's just telling this and that? Like, you're not doing your research. That shit ain't on it. That's not in my court. That ball is all in your court. You the one to press approve on these transactions on the blockchain.
And that's good to have a different perspective. Like I said, we got some newbies in the room. So it's just letting them know, like, right? Everybody ain't going to say blame the space holder, right? You got to take responsibility for the moves and shins you are making in this space. And it's not for the guys that's, seasoned, right? Because we all in different spaces in this Web3 journey, right? But, I mainly speak like if a new person comes into the space and get rugged, they leave in the space and they go on to tell their friends don't come into the space. We can, right? So that's what we got to think about. Like for the most part, right now, for the most part, most collections are just recycling people that are already in the space, right? So if you're gonna tell a new person that, and of course do your own research, and I think that's the scariest part to bring somebody in when if something goes wrong, if you onboarded them in, it's really nothing you could do for them. So do y'all see that as one of the major barriers to mass adoption, right? Like we got to put our loved ones in it if onboarding your loved ones or your friends, right? So do y'all see that as a barrier of mass adoption?
You gotta tell people, you gotta do your own research. That's the number one thing when you come into this space. It's not the stock world, it's the crypto world. Crypto world is decentralized. There's a decentralized economy. That means there's no governance. The only governance is the blockchain, which is the public ledger. So we have to let people know that you need to do your own research. And we have to keep preaching that.
And yes, you're gonna hear that throughout the space. Do your own research. T-shirts coming soon.
Same. 1028 t-shirts, link tags, all of that shit.
Yes, sir. Just to add, I think um, as individuals, it is our responsibility to do our own research. Of course, I was in a space earlier with Kabir, the founder of the NFT Talk Space platform. Him and Tim Brown, who does confidence speaking on Saturdays, and Tim Brown posed the question for Kabir to basically start a space where tech gurus, so to speak, would kind of review different projects, so to speak, because then for new people they would get somewhat of a expert advice, not financial advice again, and not financial advice, of course, yes, say 2 times, but yes, somewhat of a expert advice, like the, there are just certain people within the space, their credentials, how they articulate themselves, just shows that they know what they're talking about, and they can refer you to different places to kind of back up what you're looking at. Like Mr. Chimp, bless up yourself. It's another
Well, hold on.
person.
What are you talking about? I'm not an expert in anything. I can't
Well,
even figure out how to put on my show.
oh, oh damn. Well, I hope that God will give you the guidance in that area. But yeah, you have cool people. Like I, for one, when I just these spaces, coming into these spaces, I got around some people who they were really strict on SEC regulations, and it's in your ear. The SEC, well, a lot of lawyers are gonna come in with a lot of these passive income promises and stuff like that, tokenomics and rug pull. So it kind of as I'm stemming it direction to be a boutique media house. So I would be the person who look at unique projects and dive into it, do my own research, and then of course ask for like interview in boutique form and try to share that with my people, and just that in itself will require some amount of security, because of
Um,
course. Go ahead.
Lam, I just wanted to say something real quick, actually.
Yeah, man, go
I was
ahead.
jumping around. But by the way, Jay, I gotta set it up on my Nintendo. I got that. I couldn't find my other controller for my laptop. But back to what Blem was saying, and this is just my viewpoint. Of course, whose other viewpoint would it be? You got projects like the apes. That's cool. They pushed up. You could buy into an ape or a mutant ape, and you could create your own project based off of that. But it's like I hate to use this term, but it's like a carbon copy of a project. Me personally, I would rather take a chance on some shit that means something to me. And Graham Goyles, it's different, yes. The way they've flown through the space, beautiful. Community building, hell yeah. I don't buy into a project as an investment. I never invested into a project. I invested into people. Um, Going forward, there's certain projects that I love. Glumans, the Togs, Yogon, obviously Creamers. But it's because those projects personally resonate with my aesthetic, with my sensibility, with my taste, with the people who are in the project and what they're saying and how they're conducting themselves in a space. And at the end of the day, I'm buying into a connection to a person, to an individual, to a project builder, because I'm starting to create the project with them. Think about this, and maybe I'm a little bit older, but I would be into indie bands back in the days. And I would support the indie bands 100%. And when these indie bands take off, and you feel like, yeah, your tastes, your sensibilities, your ideology is confirmed. For me, that's my reward. It's not the money, it's not the monetary value. I don't put more into a project than I could afford, but it's the validation that there was something there. I recognized it, and look at it go. That's the way I conduct myself. When it comes to stocks, I feel less emotionally driven. It's more on technical analysis, and I'm a really good technical trader. Um, but when it comes to projects, I'm just buying into the people.
I like that you said that. I like that you said that, which is one of the reasons to answer the question Mr. Wonderful has posted. Shill. So I'm not too much on the shill. I'm more of networking and building relationship. Tell me about you. Let me know more about you, how you came to this passion. Just your whole journey. Like that is more of what I would be interested in. And being on a social audio platform, it's been said by a lot of people. People tend to, you can give them the opportunity to lie on themselves. After a while, people speak and they become worn out. So you can hear it. And like I always say, time validates how people treat the seasons. So if we come here and we build relationships, of course, I like that you said a project that resonates with someone. So I, for one, I am into community building. I'm all about unification, and I'm not too much of a gamer, but I like the atmosphere, and I am enthused by tech and so forth. And I want to be up to date. I mean, I have two youngins, two daughter, and I want to be up to date with tech and what's going on in the world and so forth. So as it relates to investment, I think it was yesterday Mr. Wonderful and Knowledge and I were in a space and talking about the set thing as it relates to music, and just being able to support each other, because of course we admire the energy that one brings off, and because of that we want to be supportive. And yes, I like that you added that, Mr. Chimp. If anyone else want to add something, they could It's an open space. I see Doge and Molly. Big up yourself. Yes, in the truck. Go right ahead.
Yeah, man. So like, y'all got projects? Y'all, everybody in here working on something, right?
Nah, I don't got a project. I'm working on organizing and building up my name before I do a project. Sooner or later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Acknowledge
Go ahead.
that's a project in itself, right?
That's how you get
Yeah,
started.
that's a big project.
Well, look, I asked that because, like, look, when you investing and you just getting into this shit, what are you looking for in an NFT project that makes you want to invest in it? And don't say community.
I don't give a fuck about no community. Community's bullshit. I don't give a fuck if anybody say anything about community half of the time. That's just gonna die out. I care about utility. I care about what it does.
What kind of utility?
All right. Well, I'm a smoker, right? And I'm always use this one because I live in New York. So there's an NFT by Truffles. If I buy the NFT, I get access to the community smoker lounge. I also get IP rights to the strain. So with that being said, when they sell out in the dispensary, I get a commission out of it. They say shit about a metaverse. I don't care about no metaverse, nothing. Um, access passes, access to powerful people, shit like that. I don't
How much was that
maybe
NFT?
like $300.
Jesus Christ. Um,
That's the only one I buy right now
that's
out of everything.
that's cool. I mean, that is some utility. That's a little bit of utility. Now, for that $300, and I mean that little bit of utility that comes with it, I mean, it is useful. How long do you think it would take for you to get your initial investment out of that?
Well, I'm looking at it like, okay, so you said no community, right? It's a community itself because it's a physical place that you could go to. So it's like an access pass to network with people. It's like going to the bar and paying $20 every time you go to the bar to smoke, or I mean to go buy a drink or whatever. It's like I'm going there to pay to purchase and consume or whatever in that area.
Yeah,
How
Can
long
I,
do I think I'm gonna get my money? I think like a year or two or something like that. I don't really, you know what I mean? When you buy NFT, I don't think you should think about, like, obviously, yeah, you should think about flipping it, but I don't think you should care about the use case or how it helped the person or something like that in that
flip ain't the
area.
only way you can money off an NFT.
wait, what the fuck? Can I just add one thing real quick? Um, for those of you who are New Yorkers, you could understand this. What the fuck? You come to New York, maybe you could understand it. There's a place in New York called Soho Lounge, and you pay X amount monthly just so you could be a member of that lounge. Now, the price for that lounge is, I think, $279 a month, and you're paying $279 for a chair. That's one way of looking at it. On the other hand, you're paying $279 to be in a spot where you can build connections, and those connections could help you in what it is that you're doing. And now that $279 is worth way more than that chair that you're parking your ass on.
I make if I was to purchase that NFT, I'm making money off the revenue because they're breaking you off with whatever. Like you pick a
Yeah,
side or what strain you want, you know what I mean, and you get profit revenue off it. That's how I would make my money back.
no, I understand. I understand. I'm in a project right now, and I didn't pay $300 for it either. I'm in a project that does the exact same thing. Half Baked Date Yacht Club. It is a partner of it. It's a Yuga project. Was under a Yuga project, but it's definitely backed by Yuga Labs. You might want to check that one out. But the reason why I asked that, because I mean, you definitely want to make sure that you know how long it takes for you to get your initial investment out. Because I mean, we could throw money at the wall all fucking day long, but I mean, we're gonna want something in return sooner or later. You know what I mean? And this is a part, that's just a little bit of the educational piece that I put in when I started talking to people about doing their research and initial investments and making sure they're getting a fucking ROI. So whenever I go in at something, if I can't get my bread out, especially here at DeFi, if I can't get my bread out in the first 7 to 21 days, I don't touch it. I'm always going to be as early as possible so I can get my money in, get my money out, play with house money from there.
Yes, in the truck. Just to answer your question, I would say coming into the spaces, I would look for transparency and value. So I just replace utility pretty much. So is like knowledge just explain something, it would take truffles to articulate that, and then I would be able to calculate the value immediately just through them transparency. So that's basically what I look for.
Okay. When are y'all looking to actually get your money back out of something that you invest in here in Web3? I think that's the best way to ask that question.
All right, so it depends because so being in these spaces again, they said Kabir, he came up with 3 tiers to an NFT. So for example, me as a musician, the first tier would be the utility in the music itself. So the music is the utility. The art is the utility. You buy the song, you get the song. That's what you get. Your song you buy, song you get. The next tier is worship. So I can add like say QR code to the artwork, and this is me. Forgive me if me not to, because it's new. I'm just learning this. The second tier, of course, membership. That would be you have the QR code on the digital asset, and of course, say I have a live event. You can come in the live event for free because you bought that NFT. So you're up to a membership tier or merch. It could be linked to merch, so you can get exclusive rights to merch. I can have Patreon with exclusive content. You own in the NFT, you're a member. That's a tier. And then the third tier would be tokenomics. So that's where like J connects now. You're investing in me. So my music has now become my music business has now become the token. And that's where like it's like I'm now on the stock market, so you're bidding on me. That's how I look at it.
Say the last part one more time for me. My daughter started saying something.
Well, the last tier would be tokenomics, so it would be equivalent to the stock market, in my opinion. Yeah. So you're basically investing in me. You're bidding on me.
Okay.
My project that is, but of course I would be the one who represent my character would represent the project.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like to hear different responses to that because it's so many different ways to skin a cat in Web3. And the way I look at a lot of different things, and the way I handle like my project, I handle my project a certain way because I want to make sure that people are getting their bread. You know what I'm saying? You invest in me, cool. Higgle your money back though. You're investing in this project because you like what the fuck in the truck. Higgle your money back. Take some of the house money too. You know what I mean? I created a smart contract where your NFT gonna forever hold value because it's a liquidity pair. So you familiar with providing liquidity on the blockchain, right? All right. So putting the LP in the NFT and then you're able to harvest from off of that LP, and the transactions is taking place with that liquidity pair within that LP, that NFT is going to forever hold a monetary value, and not just, places, things, shit for you to go do. You can still add on to what you're looking at as far as, giving people access, but put some more money back in their pocket. Put that money back in their pocket and spread the wealth. The best way to spread the wealth in Web3 is just knowing how to write that contract right. Learn solidity. Y'all don't pay me no attention. I'm starting to get tired. I'm gonna turn it in for the night. But yeah, if you wanna see a real good project that's slowly building a community and making sure that they putting shit together the proper way with the community's opinion and the community's thoughts and everything being taken into consideration, go Men Across. We putting people initial investment back in their pocket real fast. Not financial advice, but the blockchain don't lie. Believe in the code. Don't believe in none of the shit these people be saying on these Twitter spaces. Y'all have yourself a good evening.
Mic drop. All right. Blessings in the truck. Yes, sir. Thanks and respect for that. And of course, yeah. I see Doge in the house. I'm gonna throw you the mic. Doge. What's up, man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Hey, what's up?
Doge is here. Doge, what's up? Talk to us.
Yeah, I've just been going to different spaces, listening in to what people are talking about. Yeah, so I think it was what the WTF in a truck was talking. I'm not sure or who that was, but they're talking about like looking at like making returns on, like when people invest. Yeah, that's a good point. I love this stuff. It just most of it doesn't make returns. Most of it, especially in NFTs, just tanks, and then people just abandon the project.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Trump.
sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, Doge. I'm still listening. I said I was going to bed, but I'm still listening. That's a problem that I noticed when I first came into NFTs. I'm not gonna say when I first came in, because when I first came in, I mean NFTs were doing numbers. Everything was fucking 10x. I made some good money. But as I started learning the politics and the insides of actually how this shit works, I really believe in honesty, truly live by and stand on when I say 99.999% of these NFTs, these little pictures, and the smart contract that they've written on are fucking worthless. Because they ain't nothing but coming from these JPEG factories, these NFT factories, these motherfuckers slapping some traits together and shit and creating some hype behind some shit, throwing it in front of the people, making a couple 100,000, maybe $1 million off of the shit. And then on to do the next project and then the next one and the next one. And then they all go to shit. And ain't nobody getting nothing back out of that, man. It's not right. But what you can do is get you a developer that, if you got a project, get you a developer that know what the fuck they doing. That's all I can say.
some solid info.
I mean, I
If you
say,
are working on a project, get you a developer, somebody that knows what they're doing. Y'all see Chronos Penta project. I mean, y'all seen what in the truck Penta project. He has been nothing but genuine. Maybe something you want to check out again. NFA, but it's about dealing with real people. So they invested in you. See, a lot of these people with these 10,000 piece projects, it's hard to be invested in people, right? And these people are not in spaces and willing to give you gems. This is somebody speaking who's been, and like I said, we all in different, he's in this NFT space. So I take the information, while it's coming to me. And when you and I'm glad you telling me this, because like I came in this with straight um stock mind investing, right? I had life changing money. So whatever I do in this space is for 3 to 5 years, right? So I don't even think about trying to grab something out. But it's good to pay attention to that, right? Like I won't know what the market is doing if it ain't posted on Twitter. Like I'm not watching this stuff all day, right? But gaining knowledge on the back end though, right? Because NFT investing, that's one part, but I'm gaining knowledge, how to put a project together and, the stuff that, because like I said, I don't onboard people into this space to just be buyers of things. And that's why I'm glad you letting us know, get y'all dev. If you're thinking about coming into the space, don't come in here just to be a buyer. Try to create something.
nah, you definitely
How
don't
about
want
I
to come
create
into
something?
NFTs and just want to be a fucking. And I'm gonna tell y'all that shit right now. Right now, don't do that shit. Learn the system, learn the game. You're creative one way, shape, or form. You may not be able to, play with an Apple Pencil and fucking procreate. You might not have bars and you might not be able to drop no beats or nothing, but you creative in some way, shape, or form. And you can use your creativity and bring that shit into Web3 and permanently imprint your fucking face in history on the blockchain. So like it's simple. Now when it comes down to making sure that you got perfect tokenomics with your NFT project and making sure that this shit work, get you a mathematician and have fun because it's possible. Trust me, it's possible. Trust me, it's possible. If you don't
Blessing
believe
King.
me,
So you
do it.
mentioned a thing a while ago about mathematician. You're the first person I hear in this space recommend an actual mathematician, and like, bro, I'm gonna comment that. I want to welcome some people in the space. Meta Prince, blessings, thanks for joining, and H Kamel, blessings also, thanks for joining. Web3 what? Um, yes, this is an open space. If you want to share and introduce yourself,
How
feel
you
free
doing,
to.
boss? How you doing tonight?
Blessing, no complaint, just kicking it with some really cool people talking about the future.
That's all we can do right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going on your side?
Oh shit. Honestly, I'm just sitting outside in Orlando waiting for this storm to roll in. I'm waiting for any sort of rain to roll in, honestly. It just started drizzling. So now that it's drizzling, my girl just came out here just listening, spaces, and I'm just gonna smoke and hang out with you guys. What up, Doge? What up, what the fuck in the truck? I be seeing you and Crow and Coffee in the morning.
Bro, I like that DJing that you rocking, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I'll give you a follow back just because you were part of the borough.
Right on, right on. I appreciate the love.
You get a Polygon cat?
Oh yeah, if you look on my page, you'll see the purple one.
Word, word.
I
Let me
love
know when you ready to trade that Polygon and two
it.
DJs. I got a hell of a DJ. It's like top 10%.
Oh yeah, I gotta check you out. I gotta check you out.
I gotta give me an OG cat before it's all said and done.
You got a treehouse?
Man, do you know I beat that mint and I ain't need no bot? Bro, I minted two of them motherfuckers. And like the first one went through and it was like, yo, I woke up. And I popped in. You be in the if you were in cats, you heard of Mr. Harder. So like I'm in the space, and Harder was like, "Yo, you didn't oversleep. You didn't oversleep." So I was tripping. I was like, "All right." So I moved like probably like 12,000 crows. I was going to bananas on that mint, like 803 crow, right? So when I hit the refresh button, I didn't change the number to mint more, so I meant it just one. That bitch went through. And you know, they broke the fucking Chronos chain. They did a stress test on that bitch and broke that motherfucker. So I went back in to get another one, and the motherfucking transaction went through for two, but they only gave me one. I ended up getting my crow back, but all I got was two out of that shit.
Man,
Yeah, I'm from New York. Who's from New York?
I'm
New
from
Yeah, I'm
Jersey's
from
got
New York.
an old Brooklynite.
How much you trying to sell that for? What you trying to sell it for? You wouldn't take a point one for it. Come on, bro. Come on. What about a four? What about a .420? I played the ENS game and with the, so you got to go one.
yo, I know a few of you on here fuck with CDC. Did y'all see how Crypto.com
I
NF
saw that shit.
Crypto.com NFT got ripped in half by
Mm.
Alexander?
Did you see what happened before that though? Because
Oh,
the
tell me.
loaded lion ambassador was up there and got his shit kicked, and then the only developer that's actually really building, well, a major developer. I ain't gonna say the only. He's definitely building a whole lot more than a lot of developers on that chain. Was only able to speak for like 10 seconds, and then the match pushed him down to the bottom. But
You
yo,
know,
fuck
the
with
whole
Bach. You said for point two. Man, that's a floor ENS though, man. Bro, that's a floor ENS though. That's a floor ENS. Put it on the floor. I'm a floor whore. Yo. Nah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that, man. That's where I made my money. Fucking with 3 digits and 4 digits.
I think they're just like the really premium ones, the 10K, the 999 clubs, the 10K clubs, the 100 clubs. Those are what's gonna be like the focus. Because now you have way too many like weird palindromes, dashes, patterns, weird shit.
So look, you've been playing around in this shit for a long time. 'Cause you understand the ENS game.
Yeah, man, I was
What
just on the 4 hour Shark Tank.
so what NFTs actually provide some real fucking utility and put your fucking bread back in your pocket, bro?
That's the
Without having to
ENS.
flip this shit.
What's that?
Without having to flip it. Some shit
Without having to flip it?
some shit you can hold on to and the shit actually put money back in your pocket.
All right, I'm listening.
Scroll up to the top, bro. If you don't have Chronos mainnet beta, go to Chainlink. Chainlist, my bad.
All right, hold up. I see a tweet of Mint is live. Crowers.
Chorus.
Crowers.
Yeah.
XYX 300 Crow. All right, hold up.
That's like $30. Crow is at like 12 cent, I think. 11 cent.
What is it though?
3,333 piece collection. What I'm doing is I'm building a brand here. I'm trying to set the stage for something totally different. So what I've done, I put in a smart contract where when you mint a crore, 60% of the mint revenue is directly injected into my reward token, which is my native currency on the ecosystem that I'm building. My number one thing that I tell everybody is to make sure that they take their profits. Take profits on the way up, but also get your initial investment out. Now
Oh,
you
so it's like a royalty token.
yeah, sort of, kind of.
Is it
But
what, like L0 or?
yeah, no, not yet, not yet. But we still building, right? So
Mm-hmm.
right now, just mint and hold. You activate your NFT and wallet staking. You don't have to lose custody of your asset. Now it's rank-based rewards. So the higher the rank of the NFT, the more king token your ass is gonna get. Now, if you want to be smart, say you hold that king token because holding is the name of the game in the bear market. Because when this shit come from out of bear, we going somewhere and I don't know where, but I'm buckling up for the moon. Not financial advice. But now, if you want to take your profits, you got three other choices of the tokens that you can actually cash out with. Wrap CRO, MMF, like my boy down bottom, old Meta Prince, he rocking that Mad Meerkat, or that weak ass token VVS. We call them shits the fool's gold. So you can claim in the Pharaoh's gold, or you can take that fool's money and go cash out. Take your profits, go throw them into another project that'll probably rug you. I'm gonna be here forever. This is what I do. Chorus is a play on the name of Horus, the Egyptian deity that actually.
All right, what's up?
So you know exactly where I'm going when I start talking about Horus and what that deity actually did for shit. I don't know
Yes.
how many
Here's my
generations of the
great
civilization.
grandfather. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I'm here to build forever, bro. I'm here to build communities to
That's
uplift
lit,
and
bro.
build
That's
other
actually, I
communities.
seen the collection. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's lit. I fuck with it.
Yeah, so just check it out, bro. Check that shit out, man. I'm over here just trying to do some different shit. We got some Hell of You 5 plus some Game 5 that's already there, but it's not major milestones on the roadmap, being that those are all collaborations and partnerships. Where we going is never been done before. So, join the community, have some fun, network to get work. That's what we do.
Yes, sir. Knowledge is still there, and of course,
Yeah.
respect for everybody.
So, Truck, if you could explain to people that's thinking about building collections and those with collections, like what made you build, what went into your decision to build on that chain?
Well, my decision to build on the Chronos chain is because seen a need. I've seen a need for an NFT collection to utilize the actual volume on this chain to shine light on a couple issues that I was seeing on this chain when it came down to projects, and sat back and talked to a developer that was fond of fixing problems. You know, a developer is a person that can actually put some shit together in code where you might have a issue and they want to solve a problem and they can put that shit in code. So that's why I always say, man, you trust in the code. Trust in the fucking code. Learn how to read Solidity. But I chose this chain because it's a baby chain. It's still in beta. Mainnet launches next month. It's a lot, bro. Building with the people that are just coming in, building brand new on a chain is fun. Because then you get to weed out through the bullshit. You get to see who's real, who's fake. You get to watch happen. And it's all about learning. So if you're not learning, you're losing. That's why I chose this chain. Because I've been on Binance and played around on ETH. It's cheap as fuck to build over here. It's cheap as fuck. That's why.
What the fuck? Let me ask you a question. If it's cheap as fuck to build, how's the market? Like, what's the median?
As in median and
A median in one-on-one, medium in PFPs, and median being the middle ground.
the middle ground on like what collections?
Middle ground in price. Like, you got a collection, there's an average. You got the high end, you got the low end, and the median. So, like, let's say, let's talk about OpenSea. You got shit that's going for like 0.05. You got shit that's going for like, let's say, 0.02, and you got shit that's going for, oh shit, 0.01. Okay, fine.
Median
0.01,
on this chain,
0.02,
bro.
0.05. So the 0.02 would be the median.
All right, so median on this chain, bro. Right now, I honestly say, forget all of the rug projects people are still trading.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm just trying to gauge the
I'm
market.
trying to think. If a project is good, their floor is gonna sit right around 1,000 to 2,000 crow, $100 to $200, which
Okay.
ain't too much, and that's with crow being the price it is here. This is not like Ethereum, where when the price of ETH goes up and down, people adjust the fucking floor. They still noobs on this chain. There's still a lot of first time crypto and NFT investors over here, so they looking at one crow as one crow.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like the floor
Yeah,
really
like a
don't
dollar
move.
is a dollar.
Yeah, so like the floor don't really move that much. So you're starting to see a lot of projects that minted when CRO was at 40 cent, 50 cent, and they bent it for 200 crow.
Huh.
And now they back on the floor they on the floor for 150 crow right now with the price of crow, you know what I'm saying?
What's the crow
Substantially
going for?
lower. Say that again.
What's the crow going? What is the crow going for? Like a crow's
12
a
cent.
dollar.
It's like 11, 12 cent right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. All time high crow is like 98 cent.
Okay. So you could create.
Yeah, you could
Shit,
build
I
it.
don't know enough about crow to say much, and I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't know enough about it. But like the crow sounds like Tez, just a
It's
little bit lower.
it's more it's an EVM chain. I mean, it's anything that you can do on Ethereum, you can do it on Crow, just fucking cheaper.
Right. So it's a good way to get into the.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a Gravity Bridge. They're gonna have a Gravity Bridge to have this shit, interoperable up in the next 3 to 6 months. Oh, you got a question, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm about to hop off real quick, but before I go, I wanted to ask: is anyone interested in NY Trader and LA Trader? I'll even throw in unknown owner.eth. I got that one as well.
We still in the 101 classes. We might be in like the 10. We might be in a 202 class right now. I don't think they ready for ENSs and shit.
I mean, it's an investment, like, regardless, you know.
I mean, shit, 2 ETH. If I'm
You get
dropping
all
2
three.
ETH, bro. If I'm
NY
dropping,
Trader, LA
I don't
Trader,
know.
unknown owner. Bro, NY Trader, that alone is gonna be worth
I can't
something.
spend 10% of my bag on ENSs no more. That shit be scary sometimes, and then I be bouncing around from
Hey,
space
if
to
it
space
makes
like,
sense.
yo.
I mean, I could understand if you saying that on some random digits, but this premium. I mean, you could check out the wall. The wall, it's my name on Twitter. You can see it on ENS Vision. You'll find that it's a pretty good. I mean, I think it's a decent collection. I don't want to say pretty good and all that, but I would say it's a decent collection. Maybe not too wow, not too bad either.
So
Yes, yes, yes. So
I mean, it all checks out, you know.
yeah, so thanks for sharing that, H. Kamel. Um, but remember in the truck, this is not financial advice. Mr. Wonder for our is mic open. Go ahead.
Oh no. Just let them know as we wind down. You know, we back in. Yeah, I know you could catch us space invading throughout the week. We back in here 9 to 11 next Tuesday, trying to build up a space, some newbies, some OGs, right? And I like that. When Mr. Chimp said, "No, I'm not an expert," right? It's just you just been in the game longer. You're an OG. Some people don't want that responsibility, right? Because the wrong information hit the wrong ears. They gonna say, "Oh, the expert gave it to me," and I think we all seeing that right now within the space, right?
Mr.
People that
Wonderful,
people
I always tell
looking.
people, do it not as I do. If you're gonna do what I do, shit, you'll hit
I
a
wasn't
wall.
giving advice though. I was making an offer because I saw a bunch of people
No, no,
here
no.
from
H,
New
we
York.
not. H, we not even. Nothing we say is to an individual person, right? There's newbies in the room, right? So nothing is to. Oh, my little man left already. Nothing is to an
It's a mixed
individual
audience. It's a mixed
person.
audience.
It's just you just gotta always let people know. Do your own research.
Yeah,
And we
always,
appreciate
yo,
it. You just
always
put out.
do it. Don't
If
listen
you
to
think I'm
random
not gonna
people
try to
like me.
flip that,
Don't listen to random people, dude. I was at the Crypto Valley Summit because I live in Switzerland, and the Zug in Switzerland. If you heard of it, it's a very crypto friendly place. So they have the Crypto Valley of the World also is located there, and that's where surprisingly Ethereum was founded. And this was like 2 weeks ago. I was talking with there was this elderly man, I would say his late 60s, early 70s, you know, bearded old man, looked grumpy as hell, had a beanie on with a suit, and him and I I got the chance to speak with this man, and it was quite a delight. Because this guy, he was the kind of guy, or he was the guy, who invested at Bitcoin, like when it was like $1. You know what I mean? And he said I sold everything. He told me he sold his boat, his house. He was like he lived in a house and he moved into a nook. And there it was just like bloody insane. To see like the kind of people there. You know what I mean? It was just mind blowing. It's and there he was even saying, like while we were talking, he looked behind me, and there was a bunch of people, and you have to understand, like the kind of people at that event. We're talking about, like, the Binance Switzerland CEOs there, the Coinbase CEO of Switzerland is there, bunch of private bankers, and I'm talking about private bankers that handle those big whale contracts. You know what I mean? Web3 projects from all over the world bringing technologies, really, really advanced technologies, to the game. And he's just looking back over there, and just because he has the status, and he's calling them, a bunch of scammers. So back to what sorry, I can't remember who said it, but who said Dior? Whoever said Dior, I agree with that 100%. Never listen to anyone randomly, and definitely never hit sign on a request since he said they were newbies. Always check the requests.
All right, so as we wind it down, anybody else want to hit us with some closing words?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna throw back the mic to, I see Mobile Office Media. I'm gonna throw the mic to you also, and of course, Meta Prince. Thanks to everyone for joining. I know Knowledge have other obligations for 11 p.m. So yes, I just want to say thanks again for hosting with me and Mr. Wonderful. Of course, it was an honor to have Mr. Chimp join as a speaker with some great insights also. Thanks for making this space. Thanks everyone for making this space a productive one. And of course, until next time I see Mobile Office Media is getting settled. So they want to chime in before we shut down. Yes, so thanks to everyone who joined and made this space interactive. Of course, H Kamal. Yes, just a general statement as Brother Wonderful mentioned. Um, we appreciate love you sharing in this space. That is what it's all about. It's about networking, sharing, and just being sincere about it. So we do appreciate of that, and that's just a general statement. Yes, sir. So it was a good space. And until next time again, I don't know if Knowledge want to add anything or anyone wants to add anything.
Yes, once again, thank y'all for coming out to episode 1, right? And personally, I'm not here to have a kumbaya, right? We here to really make moves, and if you got a project, figure out what we can do to add to your project, right? Everybody in here is a brand. Everybody in here is working on something, right? You know, when the going gets tough, get tougher, right? Keep your blinders on, focus on your project, focus on what you got to do. It's easy to show up to, and don't take this literally, right? It's easy to go to events and come into spaces. It's what you're doing when nobody's looking is what's going to take your project to the next level, right? We got to ask ourselves, right? Why should someone buy this? If you can't answer that question with your project, then you might want to, rethink it, right? So we all see everybody comes in here and say last year money was flying. It's not flying no more. Let's get serious about these projects. Let's build and also build relationships. Peace.
Yo, Mr. Wong, I'm a DM you if that's cool.
No problem, my brother.
All right, bro.
Yes, thanks again everybody for joining and bless up, bless up. Anyone have any other last words? Of course, the floor is open. But until next time, of course, blessing to everyone. Let me see if I can find one of my music to play to close out this place. Hold on a second. All right then. Check. Good space, good networking and good lights and stuff. Appreciate of that. Hold on a second. Let me go into this connection. Here we go. So get ready for my talk on money and crypto. That's going to be something. Of course, people need to understand about money and crypto. Financial literacy is definitely something. Yes, saving. How does money work? How to deal with unexpected expenses, like all those things. We're gonna talk about it. Was the theme song to my project Self Reliance. Working on this song right now. It's going through mastering phase, recording finish, mixing finish, already harmonized, and excited about it. So here goes the theme song to my music project. Alright then. I'm breaking off on the ground, saving my money now. Standing on solid ground. These streets don't need my body now. New York, my kind of town. I reminisce on Spanish town. I stick to greens, no Bobby Brown. Still won't let that stop me now. The same one's claim to help us now. What them say, rug pull? The same ones will tear you down. Oh, yeah. To the conquering land. I feel triumphant. We are triumphant. Self-reliant. My saving makes me be a man. That color green, no candy am. To fail without a plan. So I ask you, God, please hold my hands. I grew up watching days of lights. I'm a 90s guy. I'm a 90s guy. Smoke weed, I'm not trying to get high. It keeps me calm in the mind. I saw my wolf from a vibe. All hail, all hail, all hail. All hail to the conquering lion. You're triumphant. Self-reliant. Breaking my folly ground. Breaking my folly ground. Saving my money now. Standing on solid ground. Standing on solid ground. The streets don't need my body now. Well, go on. That's the theme
Big
song
tuned
for.
them. Big tuned them.
Bless up, my G. Bless up. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. Yes, sir. Give thanks. Had fun recording that track too. One track. Bless up yourself, bro.
What's good,
Just a
gang?
girl.
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, there. We just wrapping up a space. We just did a space. The value one of Web3 water cooler, Mr. Wonderful and I and knowledge at the first edition of it, and it was quite good, cool. We had some cool discussions and projects shared, and some good insights.
That's what's up. It was good seeing y'all yesterday too, man. Like, it's really good to connect and faces to the PFPs and the profiles and the voices. So, like, let's definitely keep connecting.
Definitely, right. Definitely respect. Likewise. Yeah, man. It's a different type of feeling, and I like appreciation of the whole connection. Yes, sir.
Peace to the guys. Shutting it down.
Yes, sir. All right then. So yeah, man. Cause if you know what, me can leave this place, so me just a roll up and thing. But yeah, until them time.
All right, peace, fellas. I came to the party late.
Yeah, my fault. I'm gonna start up a space later on today, like in 2 hours, something like that. You already know.
What do you mean today? What time is it in New York?
I don't know, whatever
11
day it is, whatever.
11. It's 11 o'clock. So it'll technically in 2 hours it'll be tomorrow. But yeah, top of the morning.
Man, I'm in Switzerland. I didn't even sleep yet. It's fucking 5 a.m. I gotta be at work in 3 hours. I haven't even slept. Been fucking making ENS trades and sales all night.
Those are good problems, bro.
What's that?
Those are good problems.
Yeah, it's hustling. But I mean, yeah, if anyone here is interested in NY Trader, you guys go. I wouldn't mind. I mean, the whole point is I don't want the whole like corporation and lawsuit up my ass. Pretty much, you know what I mean? So it's pretty chill.
Yes. All right. Well, do the silent, just respect and of course honors and manners. Thanks for everybody who forward out in the space and share. It is a pleasure, my friends. Until then, knowledge is you're gonna
Like
open
in
your
two
space in the
hours.
next 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right then. So yes, sir.
You already know.
Bless up everybody.
Peace,
Give
peace.
thanks.